Hi, good morning. My name is Raquel. Welcome to my podcast. Welcome to all new and returning viewers. I'm joined by Rusty today, as you can see, and I'm at my parents' place. The photo is in a basket by my feet, and Sid is on the couch cleaning himself. And I'm talking rather softly because my parents are still asleep. So, even though I'm downstairs and they're upstairs. Yeah, let's just get started with what I've been working on this week. Start with finished objects. I have some knitting and some spinning related finished objects, so start with the knitting first. I finished the shawl I was working on last week. I was pretty close to finishing last week, and then yeah, I finished it. And there is a slight mistake in here. I tried to fix it, but I don't think I fixed it properly, so there's a bit of a, you probably can't see it, but you can, just there. I think I messed up the stitches. I think I just did knit one purl one instead of the twisted rib I was supposed to do. That's okay. I was planning on blocking all the stuff I had for blocking yesterday, but it was kind of foggy in the morning, so I didn't, and today it's nice and sunny, so definitely gonna go put this to soak along with the heated footed cardigan I finished last week, which I didn't get a chance to block through during the week. So I have 2 shawls to block today and the cardigan. The next, and this is the Broken Wings by Sophie Locatelli, and the yarn is Yarn Adventures in the ink colorway. Yeah. Then this next project is something I did in January. February. It was a test knit. It was a secret test knit, so I've not shown any photos of it anywhere up till now, because this was for Tin Can Knits, and their book, the collection that this sweater belongs to, only came out recently in September. It's called Mad Color. Some of their older patterns have given them a little bit of a revamp and everything, and this is a brand new pattern. I can't remember the name of it. I forgot to look it up, but I'll put it in the show notes. It has been blocked. I just have a couple of ends to sew in still because it turned out a bit too small for me. It's a bit too tight, even though I had gauge and I knit exactly to the tension it required. The way this sweater is made, I'd rather have it way looser than it is. So it does fit. It just not quite the way I wanted it to. The bind off is too tight, so I'm gonna have to undo that one. I'm thinking of giving the sweater to my mom. She'll wear it, and maybe the bind off won't be too tight for her. So I'm gonna have her try it on and see. So here it is. It's a lacy sweater, back and front, and then 3/4 sleeves. Now the reason I haven't sewn in the ends here either is because my mom might want longer sleeves. So yeah, let me see if I can show the lace off a bit more. There you go. The whole sweater is like this, except for the sleeves, obviously, which is just garter. And it was a really quick knit. I used Lana Stop Prima Merino in purple. Yeah, I love the yarn. Yarn's fantastic to work with. It's the second time I used it in a project. I made a cardigan out of it. So yeah, I'm really pleased with it. Just I've done some secret test knits for Tin Can Knits before, where I had to wait a while before I could show pictures online, or anywhere really. But this one was by far the one I had to keep under wraps for the longest time. You know, did this in January. I'm pretty sure I finished this in January, and we're in October now, so you can see how long it's been since I've completed this and have had this show. Sid might be joining us. He's thinking about jumping. We'll see. Okay, I'm gonna put this behind. And this one as well. He can see me on the screen. That's why he's interested in coming over here now. Then for works in progress. So last week, sorry, I put this on the floor because it's too big. I didn't want to start anything new after I finished the shawl, and I didn't feel like crocheting, so I picked up my sock yarn blanket, and I managed to add 7 squares of the border in there. So I'm halfway through one row. I already picked up for the next, right there on the stitches, on the needle. So yeah, I have another 7 to finish the row, and then I'm doing double rows, as you can see here in the middle, 2 rows of the border. So still gonna take a while. Then again, I did these 7 blocks in 3 evenings. So it's not too bad. If I can focus just on this, then I think I can get it done pretty quickly. Sit. Hey, sit. Sorry, I'm gonna have to go get him. My mom's got some raffia over here behind me, and he's gonna pull the whole thing down. Just a sec. And here's the little rascal. Got a little harness on, so with a leash, so that we can keep track of him, because he likes wandering around. So this way we can keep track of him. So that was my first whip, and I probably won't be picking that up until the end of the month, because as you all know, the Sock Cal, hosted by myself and by Rosario from Donna Maria Ravelry group, started yesterday, the 1st of October, and runs through to the 31st of October. And I would have had a half-finished object to show you guys, but yesterday morning, while my parents were out doing grocery shopping, I decided to finish off some of my spinning that I had. I wanted to empty out the bobbins, so I don't have a half-finished object. I still have a whip, but it's really close to being done. I think another half an hour or so, and I'll be done. So I'll show that, and then I'll go on to the spinning. So here's my first sock, and now it's playing with the yarn, obviously. Hey, no. So yeah, I have another 10 rows, and then the toe. Then the toe to do, and then I'm just gonna tie him up so he can. Sorry. Okay, so the yellow yarn is for me to keep track of how many rows I've done. This is Mina Phillips' pattern Pebble. It's the first one of her. Sorry, I'm going to put this back a bit so that my head doesn't get cut off. This is the first of her Beyond Vanilla collection, the first collection, and it's the first pattern of the first collection. I'm knitting them all, and I'm knitting them in order. The yarn is Opal Sweet and Spicy 3, and it's the cocktail colorway. So this is, I'll show you the back. Here you can see the pattern section, and I did the heel the way she described it in the pattern, which is a German short row heel. And then here you can see the yarn without patterning. Quite like the colorway. So let's see if I can show you the two things together. Not quite. Not quite enough. Okay. See? Just the plain knitting and the pattern. This way is better. So, so yeah, while editing this podcast, I'm gonna finish off the sock. And I put all the sock yarn for this month in my big sweater bag. So I have, including this one's 9 skeins of yarn in here, so 900 grams, and my sock needles, spare yarn that I use for counting the rows. Yeah, nice big bag to fit all yarn. So it's definitely a sweater quantity bag. Then one more thing before I go into the spinning. I think it was 2 weeks ago I showed a picture of a cross stitch that I was working on. Finally found it. It wasn't where I thought it was. So this is it. Trying to find something. That's where the needle is. This is how I didn't bring the picture again. So, but it's wolves. So this here and this here is already a wolf, and these are the trees. And I can only really work on this in daylight because, as you can see, it's black. And you might, I'll see if I can. It's really small cross stitches. And now Rusty's growling for some reason or other. So yeah. Now that I found it, I'm going to pick this up again and work on it. And I had it packaged away wrong, so let's roll this up the way it should be done. And this was a kit, so it comes with, I made a copy of the pattern, and then I just highlight the sections I've done. Makes it a lot easier. So yeah, I still have quite a bit to go. Like I said, it was a kit, so it comes with all the yarn. This one already came, no, this one I had to, put all the symbols on there. Some of them already come like this. I just had to, this came like in a big chunk, and I had to determine which colors were which from the key that they give and the description that they give. And yeah, I just use a marker to mark off the sections I've done. So might work on that this week, we'll see. I have the week off, by the way, so I'm going to get quite some crafting done this week, or that's my plan. On to spinning then. That's the only thing I have left to show you. And we'll do this to the side. And so it's angry at me now because he's I tied him on the chair that I'm sitting on, and he's sitting on a poof kind of thing behind me, and he wants to go somewhere else, but he can't. So let me see if I can get everything. Okay, so on to spinning I did yesterday. I had, during the Tour of the Fleece, I had started spinning up some yarn that was, what was it? It was yarn I'd bought, like balls of yarn I'd bought in Holland years ago from a store that was going out of business, and it was 100% wool, slightly felted, single ply, which was, I think it was the Adria Phil Stellis, and I think it was like 50 grams per 50 meters per 50 grams of a ball. And I spun up 4.5 balls or something. I just untwisted it and then spun it into much thinner yarn. And I managed to, during the Tour de Fleece, spin onto 2 bobbins, and then I had plied 1 bobbin already. 1 bobbin was full of the plied yarn, but never got around to taking it off and finishing off the plying. So yesterday morning, I unwound the yarn I had on the bobbin, and here it is. I have to weigh this still. I know approximately, let me see because I wrote it down, 298 meters of yarn on here. And then I spun up the rest that I had. One bobbin had slightly more than the other, so I just spun up what was on the one bobbin, spun up until I finished the one bobbin, and whatever was left on the other bobbin I put to the side. And here's the other one, and this one has roughly 147 meters. So together I have 445 meters. So that should give me a nice shawl, or maybe a cowl and a hat, or a hat and mittens, I don't know. Might add something to it. And yeah, I'm really pleased with how it's still, like, you know, thick and thin in some parts and maybe overspun them in other sections, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. This is basically the second yarn I've spun. First one is this one, which is a mohair and merino blend. The colored sections of this one were hand-dyed by Rosario from Donna Maria into little bats. I spun up the bats, and the mohair is roving I got from a friend in the US who has her own goats, and yeah, she had some, and I asked if I could have some to try spinning that up, and she brought me this little chunk. Well, more, because, you know, I've spun some of it up now. So yeah. Because, let me go back to before. Now, because I still had this left over, and I have this already spun up from the mohair, I thought, let's apply them together and maybe I get some funky yarn. But for some reason the wheel stopped, didn't want to apply it. I don't know, I have to, maybe something was off, I have to go check again. So all I got was this. I don't know if I'm going to continue with it. I think I might try the Navajo plying on the rest of this. I think there's too much of a contrast between, whereas this one, you know, it blends nicely. I think this is too much of a contrast, so I'm not too happy with that. But yeah, so I'm going to plan, or my plan is to spin more of this up to this, so I can make a hat out of this, because I don't have enough for a hat. You know, ply some of this together so I can have a two-ply, like a fingering sport weight, to complete the hat. And then I have this braid that I got from Gradient Yarns on Etsy. That I'm gonna, this is 200 grams braid, so I'm gonna divide this in half, down the middle. So I'm gonna undo the braid and divide it in half, and then ply each half, and then or spin up each half into a single ply, and then ply it together so that the colors all match, so I have a nice gradient. I'm gonna try at least start it this week. I have all the bobbins are completely empty, so I can definitely do that. So yeah, I'm going to be sock knitting, I'm going to be spinning, maybe doing some cross stitch. There's a public holiday this week here in Portugal on the Wednesday, so that's why I took the week off, and I'm going to stay at my parents' place until Wednesday, and then I think Wednesday afternoon I'm going to go back home, because my parents need to go into work, so we're going to go. I'll join them. And yeah, that's it. Like I said, it's nice weather out today, or it's still, I say cold, it isn't cold, it's like 18 degrees. So it's not cold, but you can definitely feel a chill in the air. And we're in the mountains here, so you feel the chill more than if you're in the city. So yeah, I'm gonna see about blocking my shawl the two shawls and the cardigan today. Probably won't get all of it done today because by the time the sun really starts warming up, it'll be midday, and then by 4 o'clock it's like cooling down already. So we'll see. We'll see if I can get at least 2 projects blocked today, and then maybe the 3rd one tomorrow. And that's all I have for you guys today. So I'll see if I haven't done any filming or anything of them playing. They haven't played much. They didn't play yesterday. So it's the first time he's wearing the harness, so he's getting used to it. He wore it for the whole day yesterday, so this is the 2nd day of him wearing it, and he's okay with it now. He lets me put it on, no problem, in the beginning, because I have tried putting it on at home, and he was struggling a lot. Now he just sits there, lets me put it on, and that's okay. This way he knows he can wander around without, without constantly being on my lap or anything. So, okay, that's it. I'm gonna go. I hear movement upstairs, so I think my parents are up. I'm gonna edit this podcast, get it uploaded, and enjoy your week, guys. Bye.